Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I'm going to have a little look today at starting the spring rejuvenation, hopefully, of my guavas that have really suffered badly over winter. Now, they've had a double whammy this year. Basically, they tend to suffer a lot of tip dieback and leaf loss during the winter months in my kitchen because lack of light, dry atmosphere, the fact that there are too many plants cramped together so they don't get the fresh air circulation they need. But in particular this year, because I unexpectedly had to spend a week in hospital in March, it happened to coincide with a very sunny week, and I hadn't watered the plants much recently because I like to keep them slightly on the dry side over the winter months. Unfortunately, that sunny spell of my hospital stay resulted in several of my tropical plants completely drying out in that period, and I've lost some very, very valuable, desirable plants as far as I can tell, and also suffered bad leaf drying out and dieback on the guavas. Fortunately, in the case of the guavas, they're quite drought resistant, and what tends to happen is, although the leaves dry out, as you can see, the shoots start to recover as well. Now, this particular one here is a white supreme. Now, interestingly, you can see these seedlings in the bottom of the pot. These are actually one of the cherry guavas. I don't know if they're yellow or red. I've never sown any seeds for my cherry guavas at all because I already had plenty of plants, so I didn't feel there was any need to sow any. So what's happened here is one of the fruits, sorry about the wind chimes, it's quite a breeze today, one of the fruits, one or more fruits has dropped into this pot from my from either a yellow or red cherry guava, I don't know which, and obviously it's dropped into the pot and the seeds have germinated. So I'm also going to need to repot this plant and remove these seedlings and put them in their own pots. It's been outside for about a week now, and I heavily sprayed it with a soapy water and alcohol solution when it came out, because it was also covered in mealy bugs, and there is some scale on it, but the scale is not too much of a problem. Basically, what I need to do now is remove the remainder of the dead leaves, which you can do with scissors or hopefully with a pair of secateurs. So we remove the dead leaves. Sometimes they drop off themselves, sometimes you can take them off, sometimes you can pull them off by finger, but they look untidy and they stop the light getting to the new shoots. And then once you've removed all the dead leaves, because they serve no purpose at all, I'm just going to tidy it up there. Once you've started to remove all the dead leaves and the shoots that are obviously dead, like this one, I need to get scissors to do this because sometimes these secateurs just aren't sharp enough to do the very small twigs. You can see what's happening there. Obviously the completely dead growth is best removed. You can see this shoot here is clearly totally dead. It doesn't help that I'm doing this left-handed because I've got to hold the camera in my right hand. You can see there's no green in there at all, but some of the shoots already are recovering quite nicely, and it's kind of trying to balance the plant as well, because it's nice that it's got this shoot out here, but it's a little bit unbalanced. So what I'll try and do is I might take this shoot back a little bit, although I don't want to lose too much because it's so healthy and it'll feed the plant, but I might take this shoot back a little bit and try and get a little bit more growth on this side of the plant here. And when you get this dieback like that, there's not an awful lot you can do about it, but that's basically what comprises of. Now I'm also going to, not today, or at least not on camera, I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to repot this plant. I need to take it out of the compost it's in and shake off the loose compost. That will allow me hopefully to remove the cherry guavas without causing any damage to them. And then I'm going to rejuvenate the compost. I'll probably put it back in the same size pot, because I think that once the loose soil is removed, I'm going to use a heavier base soil this time. I'm not just, this is like a 5-1-1 mix here, which is basically perlite, 5 parts bark to 1 part perlite and 1 part, it was either compost or peat, because this was the remains of a citrus mix I'd made up. But I'm going to put a little bit more heavier soil in the form of John Innes number 3 and some granular feed, and see if we can get this rejuvenated and growing away strongly by within the next month or so. I think it's going to be okay outside from now onwards. Obviously I will keep an eye out for any sudden late April frosts, but at the moment I think it's going to be okay. And when you next see this probably in about 6 or 8 weeks time, it should look fully leaved and well on its way to recovery. So that's my treatment. Cut off all this dead growth here, doesn't serve any purpose. Remove any dead leaves. There's another, this shoot looks dead all the way down to here, if you can see that. If it's got a little bit of green in it, it'll shoot from near the base, just a little bit of green in that, so that probably will shoot back. And the leaves, dead leaves, in case they've got mealy bugs or pests hiding on them, I'll put into my green waste bag, and that'll get rid of those. So that's my white supreme guava, due for rejuvenation. I'll finish trimming it up and cutting off clearly dead growth, try and cut it back to healthy shoots, and then we'll see what happens this summer with it. Thanks for watching the video. Hope that'll be a little bit useful. Remember to give me a thumbs up, share the video if you think anybody will be interested or find it useful. Subscribe to my channel, remember to click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out, and eventually I'll do an update on my guavas after they've all been rejuvenated. See you all soon. Brett out for now.